Hello everybody, my name is Crystal de la Fuente and this is my Digital Testimonio. So the personal experience that has shaped my life and my approach to my teaching has been the fact that as of recently I was officially labeled with ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder, clinical chronic anxiety, and an adjustive disorder, which means that it's very difficult for me to assimilate even the smallest of changes in my life. So my major is special education in elementary school. So these are disorders that I've had to deal with my entire life. It's not just something that, oh, you flip the switch and, oh, all of a sudden this is what you have. No, these are things that I've always known that I've had and that I have dealt with my entire life. It's just that it was never official. As far as it interfering in my learning, I am a high functioning case. So it never interfered with my learning enough to where it was noticeable. So, I've always been a very intelligent person, but the signs have always been there. My anxiety has been since I could remember, probably in about first grade. I first encountered or recognized the fact that I was OCD in the fourth grade. Because to me, things were always either all or nothing. Like, I either loved or something, or I was completely disengaged. As I got older, the anxiety got worse, and the OCD was always there because I've always had these fixations. Whenever I like something, I really, really like something, and whenever I don't, it's shut off. I just, it's something that's difficult to deal with. The adjustment disorder has been the most prominent because I have a very, very difficult time assimilating change. Even if it's changing the most minimal of things, like driving down a different road or drinking a different brand of water, that's difficult for me to deal with. And I think that all of these things have been dealt with my entire life. Now, the reason I chose special education is because a lot of these things that I experience with the ADHD, with the OCD, with the adjustive disorder, with the anxiety, are underlying conditions that a lot of my special education students have. These are all things that they deal with on a daily basis as well, just as much as I do. So I think that it gives me a different perspective, and it helps me put myself in their point of view, and it really shapes who I am and my approach to their teaching. I really do understand where they're coming from a lot of the times. I understand why they're having that violent outburst or why they're becoming so overwhelmed. I have a student that is ADHD, but she is not as high functioning as per se I am. And the fact is that I find myself understanding her, and I see that she identifies very well with me because of the fact that I understand why she doesn't sit in that chair. I understand why she cannot sit still. I understand why she becomes overwhelmed when I present her with a packet with 3 passages and 30 questions, and she's like, what am I gonna do with this? It becomes very overwhelming, and I get it. I get why. And a lot of teachers, especially general education teachers, sometimes are like, oh, I have this student that she just won't do it because she can't stay still. And the thing is that when dealing with special education students, you have to be flexible. You have to know, you have to recognize their needs. You have to modify their assignments, and your approach, your personal approach, has to be modified, and you must accommodate them to meet their needs. And the thing is that I feel like the fact that I deal with all these things really gives me a different insight. And when I was choosing what field I wanted to go into, I knew that special education was the one for me. So that's my digital testimonio.